Um, okay, I wanted to talk about dreams today, and I'm thinking about doing like a series of reading dreams that I've had from the past that I'm not gonna regret, like having my soul kind of out on the internet talking about it. Like some dreams that I think are notable, and I just want to say that I haven't had a dream in a long time, which this is so weird. This is not, like, I usually always have, but lately I haven't had a dream that I remember. And I know I dream at night. It's just when I wake up I can't remember the dream that I had, and it's really sad. I think I've had a couple of dreams. Actually, I had a dream the other day that I could remember only like 5 seconds of, but generally I can't recount them, and I just wanted to talk about the importance of dreaming for a quick sec. And at one time I was sleeping a lot, during a time when I was like really like not knowing who I was and like depressed and stuff like that. I would sleep just more than I would live, I think. It was really strange, a really strange time back in 2010. And the thing I would do was just recount my dreams. I'd wake up and I would type them down, and I didn't have many friends at the time from high school and stuff like that. But so I was just kind of alone and confused and everything. But the dreams that were so vivid, like that wouldn't make any sense, but as soon as I started recounting them and writing them down and like really understanding what they were, I became to know more of myself. That's what dreams are for. And dreams can be so magical and exciting, and even to this day I'm excited to sleep just to know what kind of dream I'm gonna have, but like lately it hasn't happened. Since when? Probably before Christmas time. Yeah. No, maybe like February, March it stopped. Completely shut off. Dreams, no. Maybe it's a lack of zinc like they say, but also I think maybe it has to do with just not being in touch with myself as I used to, with my stance in life and with having people around me that were supporting my goals and dreams. Now it's like kind of shifted a lot, and also just being stuck at home a lot is hard, and I just feel like my soul needs to flutter and fly off and just find itself. So I do think in many ways dreaming is super, super important, and I want to do a longer video on this with more information, because this is kind of just dreams, talking about them and stuff, and I can't wait to have some dreams. Like, where are they at? A lot of the times, like, I would draw them or write them in a journal and then maybe draw them later or something if they were really good, There was one dream I had in the summertime, or in the last spring actually, where I was taken on a journey with someone who was rescuing me from the trauma in this life, and I was taken to this place. It had something to do with the Jonas Brothers. I don't know, it was like a Jonas Brothers concert down the street, and my friends were going. They're like, come, right now, we have tickets, let's go. So I went to this concert, and we went through the doors of, I think it was Best Buy. There was like a Best Buy, and we went through the doors, and it turned into this like rooftop thing where you have to go to the rooftop and line up, and the Jonas Brothers were here in Toronto for a day. You can see Nick, and this was just at the beginning of when I was obsessed with the Jonas Brothers, actually. When I was obsessed with Nick Jonas last spring, I think. And we're like lining up, and like my friend was like, make sure you film this, like make sure you get this, and I'm like, okay. And then we were lining up, and we were led into the concert, and it was like this kind of like strange, I think we went into Best Buy, and it was like a huge Best Buy. It was like a warehouse, and they cleared the middle, and there was like fog machines, and they were performing, and they're like, I'm hot, you're cold, you go to hell like you know. And then it was like, I'm slipping into the lava, and I'm trying to keep from going on down. Anyway, so then we were watching this concert, and I was just like, oh my god, they're right here. And it was kind of like one of those moments, like finally some joy, because last summer was horrible, like everything terrible, terrible, terrible. I'm so happy now to be out of that. Oh my god. So, and yeah, so like okay, then we went to the rooftop, and what happened? And then okay, I was with my friends from university. All of a sudden, like all the university people from my classes, we were all sitting in the dark, and there's like another show, and we're sitting like cross-legged on the floor, and it was all black in the room. And then all of a sudden, I'm just saying this out of my memory because I think there's more to this dream, but all of a sudden this music starts, and the music is more vibrant than in real life, like, and the images were so much more vibrant and sensory, like it was so over sensory, like better sensory than the senses we have here, like the feeling and the sight and the light and the structures of all these things. And so I was just sitting there, and it was Egyptian, like, sorry, it was like, okay, all of a sudden, like, this big kind of statue thing lighted up, and I remember this to a T, and it lit up, and it was this huge statue of an Egyptian, like, goddess or something, made of gold, and it had, like, green kind of like bands wrapped around it and designs and stuff, like green as in maybe some kind of what was it, like a tin roof or something, like I don't know what it was, but it was gold and it was emerald green wrapped around. And then all of a sudden the front of it, like a Trojan horse kind of thing, opened up, and there's all these dancers on different levels, and this statue or structure was about, like, I would say 5 floors high apartment building. Like, that's how high it was. And this ceiling in this warehouse type studio space was very, very high. And then, so it opened, and like all these dancers, it was like filled with light and gold, and there was all these dancers, like Egyptian dancers, dancing with these sparkly flapper kind of dresses, and they were like androgynous, like they weren't just like female or male, they were androgynous. There was a singer that looked just like them, but big scale, like this being was 6 feet tall, no sorry, 6 stories tall, like a 6-foot apartment building, 6-story apartment building. Oh my god, why is it so hard to talk today? So this being was like 6 floors high of an apartment building, and singing, and they had like straight black hair with the bangs, and then like a Egyptian headdress type thing. I think that one, they had a bigger headdress of some sort, and they were all dancing. And then the person I call him Mr. No Name, I don't know who he was really, but he came up behind me because he was the one taking me on a journey, and he was like, so what do you think of the performance? And I'm like, it's amazing. I wish I could do that. I wish I could look like them and dance like them. And then he's like, you know, I see your potential energy. You can, I mean, he didn't say that. He was like, you know, you could be one of those dancers if you wanted to be. And I was just like, how? And he's like, you can, what did he say? He was like, you could be one of those dancers if you want to be. And I was like, I can be like them? Like, I could do that? And he's like, of course you can. Just know that I can see your potential energy. I can see what you can be. And that was weird, because I never thought of that. I'm like, oh, okay, like, that's pretty cool. And I can't remember what else he said. I'm gonna have to look up the dream and like make a speech thing about this, so like I know exactly what I'm talking about, because this is really choppy and obviously obscure, like all my videos are. But it was such a weird like feeling when I woke up. I just felt at peace, like the feeling of witnessing and experiencing this thing was just, it was almost like they were like Mr. No Name was coming to me like, you're the chosen one, like you're gonna do this. But I didn't necessarily want to do this. Like, I didn't think this was something I necessarily wanted to do. But it was kind of scary, just like, it wasn't scary, but there was some kind of like awe about the structure, the Egyptian structure with the levels of people dancing, and it was just something that you would never see in this world, right? So you kind of think, well, what is this? Like, there's more to the story. And then I felt this overwhelming sense of peace when I woke up. Like, everything makes sense. Like, everything was just like, it's okay. You know, like, things are meant to be. Like, like you are right where you need to be. You're at the sweet spot where you need to be, and it was just such a weird come together. When I saw that, I don't know, like it followed me for days and inspired me, and I was just like, that happened. That was so real. Like it was realer than any other dream because it was so vivid, you know, and it was so. It was like a dream that wasn't a dream. It was a dream that was like a transportation vehicle into a different realm, and then for sure, I was witnessing it. For sure, I was there, and I think I was lured in through the Jonas Brothers thing because I was obsessed at the time. But who knows what kind of actual spirit that could be? It could have been a dangerous entity. I don't know. Although I did know that the feeling was peaceful and happy. I don't know if it's an illusion of peace and happiness, but it was so, like, not like extra happy. It was just right, like, peaceful. You know, like that's happy. That's awesome. That's satisfying. So that was kind of, yeah, I mean, dreams really inspire me, and I'm gonna make a painting about a pomegranate coming up soon that I kind of had sort of a dreamy fantasy about, and I am excited to maybe post it somehow and connect with people that want to see it and stuff like that. And as you guys know, my life is blessed right now. Something crazy has happened, so I just definitely want to remind you guys about that and just be like, yes, it is possible to feel happy. It is possible to be filled with oxytocin every day. I hope you guys have an oxytocin-filled weekend. I love you all. Bye!